Hello students. So in this video we are going to talk about that why SEZ get failed in India. So basically you must first know what are SEZ. So when I am talking about SEZ, so SEZ you can say is one, or you can say is a area where government of India is giving so many concessions. Okay, and the purpose that whoever is producing goods and services, they can or you can say whatever goods and services they are producing, they must be utilized for export purpose only. So our purpose is to earn foreign currency by increasing the export through SEZ. Okay, so in this video my main focus will be on why SEZ get failed. Okay, so first of all we have to see that is it really that they get failed. So if you see, we can verify this information through multiple ways. So when I am saying I can verify this information through multiple ways, so basically my focus will be on this, that first of all, that SEZs were established in 2000. Okay, so SEZ policy came in 2000, number one, and in 2005 we have a act. So if you see that till now we have all around, or you can say around 250 SEZs which are operational. So 250 SEZs are only operational. So although we have notified around 600 SEZs, so you can say that only 1/3 of the SEZs are operational. So this is a very less number. But if you see China, they have more SEZs, or you can say active SEZs, or they are operational. Clear? Number two, if you see that when we talk about SEZs, so another way you will see that the failure of SEZ is that 64% of the SEZs. So when I'm saying 64%, I'm talking about the total 250 SEZs that we have, or you can say operational. So they are located only in 5 states. So when I'm saying in 5 states, it means Tamil Nadu, Telangana. Okay. Number 3, Andhra Pradesh. Number 4, Karnataka. And Maharashtra. So they are located here only. Clear? So in these 5, so you can say unequal distribution. Unequal distribution. Number 3, when we talk about SEZ, so if you see the data of 2021, that is with respect to export, so the total export that India has in that year is $410 billion. $410 billion. So this is the total export that we have in 2020-21. Clear? Now, out of this $310 billion export is done by non-SEZ area, whereas only $100 billion export is done by SEZ. So it means it is like this: the one who get all the facility, their performance is less, whereas the one who get nothing, their performance is very good. So this is what you have to testify to the examiner, that these are the things. Now here in this video I am going to discuss only the reasons, that what are the reasons that why SEZ get failed. So although there are some reasons, number one, if I talk about SEZs, so SEZ Act was created in 2005, and if you see in 2008 we have global financial crisis. Okay, so the first reason is that in 2008 we have a global financial crisis. Clear? So these global financial crisis is also known as North Atlantic financial crisis, or you can say subprime crisis. Clear? So this is what you have to know, that these are also known as global financial crisis or North Atlantic financial crisis, subprime crisis. Now, due to these crises, we can say that there is a depressed demand of goods and services at global level. So we can say that when there is no demand, what the SEZ can do? So ultimately, demand is less. So ultimately, they are producing for whom? So globally, there is no demand. So this is the main thing. Okay, this is the main thing, that globally there is no demand. Especially if I talk about that demand is more in Western countries. So when Western countries are facing these crises, so SEZ will produce for whom? So the whole objective of SEZ is to increase the export of India. So for to that, there must be a demand. So this is the thing, this is the first thing that you have to understand. Now, no doubt, second reason is that wherever SEZ has been set up, what we have witnessed, that there is no infrastructure connectivity. So we can say, like in China, SEZs are established by keeping in mind that they must have a proper infrastructure connectivity within the country, that is last mile connectivity, as well as with rest of the world. But this thing is missing in case of India. So you can say this is one of the reasons why SEZs are, you can say, popular or get successful in China. But India missed that thing. So we need a proper infrastructure connectivity. So when I'm saying infrastructure connectivity, you need last mile connectivity within India. So we need last mile connectivity within India. Plus we need connectivity of India with rest of the world. So this is what we are looking for. Clear? Next, number 3, if you see what are the reasons. Now when we talk about SEZ, although the intention of the government of India is to promote export, but what is the challenge here is that no doubt we emphasized or we provide all the tax benefits or whatever rules and regulation that we have to relax. We did it for the SEZ, but still the Indian government policy is more oriented toward inward looking. Okay, so although we more focus on inward looking, so ultimately you can say that it is very important to change the mindset of the policy maker. We have to change the mindset of policy maker. So that is what it is required. So this is what is most important thing. Now, next, another reason is, so basically here I am talking about that in this we need to have outward looking, and that can be possible when you connect with the globalized world. When you connect with the globalized world, so this is what it is important. So connection with the globalized world is very, very important. Next, if you see, next, if I talk about this thing, that in 2019 or 2013, not 19, in 2013, Government of India introduced Land Acquisition Act. Now, when we introduced Land Acquisition Act, so here you have to remember another thing, that with the introduction of Land Acquisition Act, you can say the land become costly. So it becomes difficult for the SEZ to grab the land. Okay, so you can say land become costly, hence it become difficult to purchase land because input cost has increased. Even we have seen this thing also, that some people have purchased land in the name of SEZ in order to increase the property, or you can say rental or land value or property value in that area. Clear? So such practices are also taken. So we have seen that so many private or real estate developers have purchased land for SEZ, but the only intention is to increase the rental value or property value near the SEZ. So they, you can say, deliberately emphasize that SEZ should be set up here, so it increase the property value. Even you will see that those who have purchased SEZ by taking loans, they later on defaulted. So you know that year 2003 to 2008 was also, you can say, boom period for India. But in reality, is it a boom period or is it a bubble? So in reality, it is a bubble. So that boom period, when it get busted, so it is responsible for, okay, it is responsible for, you can say, increase in NPA. So large amount of NPA get increased. So this is what you have to understood. So you can say that period 2003 to 2008 is also known as bubble period, or you can say bubble period, or also known as billionaire Raj. Okay, billionaire Raj. So when we say billionaire Raj, it means this is the only time period when people took loan and later on after 2008 they are unable to repay. So they started defaulting. So it increased the NPA burden on the banks. Clear? So this is what you have to talk about. So this is also another thing, that SEZ later on, or you can say when NPA increased, so banks are unable to give loans. Okay, and when SEZ are not able to get loans, so how they will improve their performance, means from where they will get a affordable credit. So this is another thing, that they underperformed. Clear? Next, although another reason is that when we talk about SEZ failure, so we can blame it to that, like, current government has, you can say, whatever exemptions they have given in the form of tax holiday, so those exemptions they have removed. Okay, so if I talk about current government, so earlier those who are in SEZ, they enjoy the exemptions from MAT, that is minimum alternate tax. They also enjoy the exemptions in the form of dividend distribution tax. So these are the two tax which they enjoy benefit, that is MAT. MAT stands for minimum alternate tax, and dividend distribution tax. Okay, so this is minimum alternate tax and dividend distribution tax. So these exemptions has been removed. So this is another reason. Clear? Next, if you see, what is the another reason is that government has started signing free trade agreement. And now when free trade agreement are get started signing, what does it mean? No doubt, whatever benefits that SEZ enjoy, means in terms of less tariff, or you can say less export and custom duties or import duties, the same benefit is also enjoyed by non-SEZ. So you can say, if this is India, so there are some areas which has been within India is regarded as SEZ. So for example, these areas highlighted with black, whereas other areas which is I highlighted in red is non-SEZ area. Now, earlier, only this area is getting tax benefits or less taxes, but here there is no such benefit. But with the signing of FTA, these areas are also getting benefits. So it means earlier only they are able to sell their product at less prices. Now they are also. So ultimately, FTA also has an impact on the performance of SEZ. So I hope you understood. And the last is, we can say India itself is a market. So the purpose of SEZ is to boost the export. So what we want, that those who come and set up factory here, so it is obligation for them or mandatory for them to, mandatory for the SEZ to only export. So if their product is coming to non-SEZ area also, then that will be treated as foreign product. So ultimately when it is coming from here to here, so taxes will be imposed. And those FDI, those who are coming to India, they are not interested in SEZ, they are interested in non-SEZ area. Why? Because they know that India is a market. So why should I set up my factory in SEZ in order to export? Clear? So this is the thing that they are interested here. So ultimately you can say FDI comes more in non-SEZ area. Why? Because FDI want to tap Indian market. Whereas in SEZ, less FDI come because there it is mandatory for them to export. Okay, so whatever they are producing. So this is another thing. This is another thing. So ultimately you can say market is India. So ultimately if person or company has to export it, why should they come to SEZ? They can set up their plant anywhere in the world and then they send it to India. So they want to tap market of Indian market. They don't want to, you can say, increase the export of India by becoming a part of SEZ. So I hope it is clear to you what I want to say. So these are some prominent reasons for the failure of SEZ. Now in 2018, Government of India appointed Baba Kalani Committee. Now the objective of this Kalani Committee is to do some Kalyan of SEZ. Clear? So ultimately the objective is to review SEZ. Now Baba Kalani Committee recommended that the name of SEZ should be changed and it should be regarded as Employment and Economic Enclave. So this is what he regarded. But we will see that in December 2022 monsoon session, sorry, not monsoon, I apologize, in winter session, in December 2022 winter session, Government of India introduced Desh bill in the parliament. Although we are waiting for its further progress, but still it is in parliament. Now Desh stands for Development of Entrepreneur and Service Hub. So this is the current status. So one thing that I would like to know from you, that what are the recommendations of Baba Kalyani Committee? So I'm waiting for your reply in your in comment section. So definitely you will reply. Okay. So this is about, you can say, SEZ. Okay. Although you can tell me the suggestions also, that what can be done to revive SEZ, or you can say in general what can be done to increase the export of our country. Clear? So I'm looking for comments from your side. So I hope you like the session. Okay. And please read about SEZ. So in this video I have just covered the reasons for the SEZ. So in another video, I'll cover the detail, or you can say the basics of SEZ also. So I hope we'll meet soon. Till then, Jai Hind and have a nice day.